And it's time now to continue our Spanning the Globe coverage with Kyle Rowland, When in Rome, brought to you by the Buckeye Wolverine Shop. Now, Kyle, we saw you a couple of days ago on top of a roof. Last night you were in traffic. Where are you tonight?
I am on the balcony at my hotel as the rain drizzles down in Rome. The forecast tomorrow is not so good. It's been like San Diego every day, but tomorrow it'll be a little like Seattle.
Okay, well, I'm just glad you're safe, to be honest, from all these locales. This has got to be one of the most interesting transitions in the history of time. Harbaugh and the Wolverines play paintball on one day and hang out with the Pope on the next.
Yeah, no, that definitely is quite a difference in a 24-hour span. A very memorable day for Michigan, for the team, for the coaches, for everyone there. 30,000 people in St. Peter's Square took in the Pope's ceremony. At the end of it, he was handed a pair of Jordans, size 11, if you're wondering, and a Michigan football helmet. So quite a scene as Jim Harbaugh, handed those gifts over and shook his hand and said a few words.
Now, I think I noticed, I don't believe Harbaugh was wearing khakis today. That's a departure from the norm.
Yeah, that's a good point. I hadn't thought of that, but yeah, he was dressed in a suit and tie. Also did not have the baseball hat on, but he did put that on as soon as they left the Vatican, and still covered in yellow paint from the paintball events. So I guess for one day you can get Jim Harbaugh out of his usual attire.
Did the Pope know what the helmet was for? Did he have any idea? Do you know this?
Well, it's funny. I mean, we talked to Sarah Harbaugh, Jim's wife, and Jim afterwards. And she said that he kind of looked at it like, what is this thing? And kind of passed it along to his handlers, because a lot of people hand him gifts, so then they kind of put them all together and then take them back to the Pope's home. But yeah, I guess he kind of gave him a funny look.
Well, my guess is he's giving a fun look because wouldn't this cause a conflict with Notre Dame?
That's a good point. Yeah, I mean, and there were some people joking around saying, that's a recruiting violation if they want to recruit anyone in the Vatican. So hopefully the NCAA doesn't get a hold of that.
No question. All right, now, I believe you had told us yesterday that his son was to be baptized by the Pope. They put that off for a couple of days?
Yeah, that'll happen on Sunday at the Church of St. Anne in the Vatican. A Monsignor from the Vatican will do the ceremony, and his daughter will also get her first Holy Communion. So kind of a Sunday of memories for the Harbaugh family.
That's pretty cool. Also pretty cool, I'm guessing after the Vatican trip was over, the khakis came back on, and I saw that it was time to make pizza. Was there a winner in the pizza contest?
Yeah, Don Brown's team won. Jim Harbaugh's team did not. But as you mentioned, the khakis were back on. At an upscale restaurant in Rome tonight. They had a cooking competition amongst the team. They all loved it. Lots of laughs to be had. And Jim Harbaugh was down there, throwing on the pepperoni and the vegetables. He tried to bring a ringer onto his team. He got his mom on his team to help him out. But it was a pretty funny scene all around. No
question. Fantastic. All right, so let's look ahead for tomorrow.
Well, tomorrow the fun and games end. From here on out, it's kind of all football all the time. They'll practice in the morning, and then they'll actually go to an opera in the evening, which will be all in Italian. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes, and maybe the players will get a little nap during that.
Yeah, I wonder if maybe he could have some of the opera performers come on the signing day. He has a history on the signing day of bringing in some superstars. We'll have to wait and see. He is Kyle Rowland of the Toledo Blade, all the way in Rome. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Sounds great. Thanks, guys.